I I don't believe it was in full accident, but it's a piece that's missing and information is being withheld to prove it was a crime, if it makes sense.
Right. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Right, you know what I mean? And that's why I'm telling people about the receipts, is because the receipts will give the information that's needed. But if you holding the keys to the receipts, then all we can do and all anybody could do is deem it an accident. If you ain't gonna do the right thing and keep it all the way P, then what other ruling can you make? You can't give,
Absolutely.
the police won't change the storyline. The ME won't change the storyline. If you won't go get a new autopsy, a private autopsy report, remember, I tell you something. In order to, if you feel like it's something different, then let's cut the BS and go get a private autopsy report done. If you feel like the medical examiner was wrong, and you feel like foul play was fully in effect and no accident could ever have transpired, then why a private autopsy wasn't done? Dude, I'm pretty sure that with the Kendrick Johnson situation, he'd have been dug up a couple times. You know what I mean? You could easily get a autopsy report done, but you don't. You didn't. At no point. But it's certain things that you know that you ain't told the public. It's certain things that you could have cleared up. You got the paperwork. You got the pictures. They seen everything. They could have straightened out a bunch of shit. They could have cleaned a lot of stuff up. But did they?
Why not? And I heard Natalie, she said we got a lot of stuff that we can put out there as if she was threatening somebody. Put the shit out there. We want to see it.
But the thing about it is, I don't know, but who is you threatening? That ain't nothing but a word. That ain't nothing but a word. Them ain't nothing but words you using. Because who is you threatening? Who is you threatening? Them cameras don't see up on that bridge and record the whole movement. So who is you threatening? Who can you possibly be threatening if them cameras don't record?
And hey, Gigi,
like,
Gigi,
you saying there's a lot you could put out there, but it's a lot you don't have. You talking about just a lot. You just talking. You just talking.
Go ahead, Tamala.
The only person what I'm saying is the only person who would know that those cameras really don't work is people who hangs out in Gainesville.
Okay, but
okay, they know that you
for him.
that
What's
you
what
they
was the
know
question?
that you
Let me
record.
educate y'all on something, right? The thing about it, what they saying is this. First off, this not even no homicide investigation. Let's keep it all the way P. This is not no homicide investigation. And then, even if you made it a homicide investigation, y'all done tamper with all the evidence. If it was evidence, y'all went up there and touched them pizza boxes. Y'all moved all the chicken wing boxes. Y'all moved everything that could possibly have fingerprints on it. Y'all moved it.
Yeah.
If y'all was so on point, then y'all would have had boots on the ground and never touched none of that stuff and made sure the detective got fingerprints and fingerprint that product. Then you could have seen if anybody else's fingerprints was on that property, on that piece of box or the wings. But y'all was so hip on putting y'all hands on it. Y'all talk about the police ain't treat something like a crime scene where y'all didn't either. Because you went up there touching everything. So how can you convert somebody to a criminal investigation that all y'all fingerprints on? I'm just like, come on. Some of the key things that could have been treated as evidence, all y'all fingerprints on. Come on, man. They at some point they gotta keep it P. I posted a video so you know multiple hands was on the pizza boxes, multiple hands was on the chicken wings, multiple hands on everything that was on the scene. It was never treated as a crime scene. So anything that could be possibly have been evidence is contaminated. Not permissible inside the courtroom. The best shot you got is going against the city for failing to do a proper investigation. At first, that's what I thought. That's what I was pushing. That's why I said something about the lawyer. See, can you convert it into a criminal investigation? So in order to do that, you have to go after the city. You know what I mean? And rule what they were doing was wrong or falsely, or they falsely conducted, or they wrongfully conducted a proper investigation, or whatever. Turned against the city. But if the city invited y'all 3 times to a meeting, if that's true, then hell, you can't even go after an improper investigation because y'all failed to show up. If that's true. So then you rule out the proper, you rule out the improper investigation. So when people talk about when something went wrong, a lot of people failed in this situation. A lot of people didn't do things they supposed to have did. You know what I mean? And for people to be talking about they don't want to get answers to the world, well, y'all came to the world. The mother side didn't. Y'all did. So yeah, you do owe transparency to the world because y'all asked the world to be in y'all business.
That part.
Y'all asked the bloggers to keep going, keep pushing, keep getting answers, keep helping y'all because y'all couldn't do it. And even then, y'all ain't put no boots on the ground. Months later, y'all still didn't. And then when the transparency part come about, it's all this. Oh, it's a whole lot of different shit going on. It don't cost nothing to keep it real. It don't cost nothing to keep it P. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people want me to drop them pictures. They don't want me to drop no picture or nothing. I understand all that. But when you got people that'll rise up and team against you and make you seem like you're a liar, and then you got people that claim they want justice, telling you, oh, what all this about the receipts. The receipts is everything. Y'all stop faking like y'all want justice because if y'all did, y'all demand transparency. Because just like y'all stayed up countless of nights, just like y'all took y'all time to type, what happened to Joe? Well, you can't find out what happened to Joe if you don't know what the truth is.
Right.
Let me just say this. Dro's spirit is really here tonight because I'm going to say this.
Instead of trying to get down to the truth, they try to prosecute. In the beginning, all they did was prosecute the people. They weren't trying to get the truth. They weren't trying to figure out what really happened. The only thing you seen was bashing, guilty. Well, if you didn't want this thing, why would you do this? And if you weren't hungry, well, why would you do this? And why you did that? You did wrong, you left from there, this and this. All you did was point the finger instead of getting out there, finding out the truth. Prosecution is always the last step. No judge prosecute before they read the information indictment. No prosecutor gonna take a case to trial before they read the information. Look over the evidence. See if even a crime existed. But with these Tweety and Tweety Dumbs and people with these degrees, they thought it was cool to prosecute or attempt to prosecute before they even know what the truth was. That's all you seen with prosecution. No, because when you sit back and think about it, what proof have they openly showed the world to collaborate with anything they have said?
Nothing. No proof. Everything is hearsay and gossip and messy shit. Ain't no one proof. It's just a good storytelling. It's like a fairy tale, a folk's tale that people believe.
But then when other people put in work, they try to turn against the people. They turn against the people who actually put in work. But when you sit back and you ask yourself, well, what have y'all showed the people? You know what I mean? What have y'all gave? Because then now y'all trying to say everything Polo said is a lie. Well, Polo ain't just make everything up. He didn't make up these time stamps. He didn't make up time of death. He just make up all this stuff here.
So if everything you said was a lie, why in the hell they didn't stop you? They's associated with you. Why did they say, Polo, stop lying? Stop it.
If everything was a lie, Gigi, why the hell y'all all on my lives then?
That don't make sense.
Man, come on, Gigi. Ain't no damn way All y'all on the live, every last one of y'all on the live. If Polo lying, that don't mean shit.
And they thank you on every video. So what was they thanking you for the lies you was telling?
Okay. Shit. Ain't no way Polo lying if all y'all was praising Polo at one point.
Yeah.
Up until he demanded transparency.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's about the money. Then it's all about the money. Remember, y'all didn't have no money. I never asked y'all for no money. Well, y'all said y'all had money. Y'all didn't need the people money, but shit, y'all turned around and came forward and said, hey, we need y'all money. We need y'all money.
How you need that money when you got that $250,000 in the bank account?
No, they got 500 people. They got the largest family down there. They don't.
That's true too.
The family got all the money. Shit. If you got 500 people, then all of them could donate $100. You know how much money you got then?
Yeah. Why didn't all those 500 people go down to where you was at that meeting?
Because a lot of them people were just for cameras and for looks, for the funeral and the repairs. It's obvious because there's no way that when it was time for people to show up, that you couldn't even get 30 people to show up.
Yeah, and then the 3 meetings missed. All of the 500 members should have rallied up every time. There's no reason to miss that meeting.
Well, you got to sit back and look at it like this, Gigi, or whatsoever. If you look at the math, if you got 500 people, 100 times 500, that's $50,000. What you need outside support for?
And a person gonna give $100 to get justice for their loved one. That's blood.
Yeah, because if it's justice for the person, all y'all claim that what y'all want, then $100 is nothing. 100 times 500 people, that's $50,000.
Yeah. And they said, my family is not, we stick together.
Yeah, because at that point in time, if it's that many people, then there's no reason. Yeah, you're right. You ain't got to explain nothing to the world because the world didn't donate anything. The world didn't give anything. Or what's up? Y'all paid for it y'allself because y'all wanted justice. But that didn't happen. Them 500 people didn't donate. The world did.
Maybe them 500 people know more than we know.
And you know what platform the world was donating off of?
Tell it.
Polos. Not saying that they didn't donate off other people, but let's be real. Like, you can't knock the truth. Like, come on, like even with the baby mama telling people that don't listen to me, don't follow me, but you were the same one on my page dropping your cash out. Let's be real. Like, bro, I never said nothing bad about you, but you were telling people not to listen and follow me. But I'm on my platform telling people to donate to the kids. Whatever y'all can, let's help the kids. For you to turn around and tell people not to listen, not follow me. Well, it was all good when you were collecting them people money. I was telling them to donate.
Yeah. She made a special shout out to you, Polo, and Nina Johnson. A special shout out to Polo and Nina Johnson because they was the ones that put the GoFundMe for the kids. Yeah, she loved you, Polo. She gave you such a special, yes, she did.
Until transparency came. Now
You stepped on some toes.
Now everybody, it's all bump Polo and he lying. Well, I'm lying. But when y'all accepting them people money off my platform, I wasn't lying then. I wasn't lying then when your GoFundMe wasn't getting no traction. But on that Cash App it was. Oh, but I was lying then. Well, if I was lying to get them people their money back. Since they donated based off what I was saying, how about you get their money back since I was lying? So. And another thing is, people try to donate care packages and send stuff. They deny that. They say they wanted the money. They ain't want people to send packages.
And And can you tell us what exactly are they saying you lied about? The only thing I heard that they tried to discredit when they got that lady, she said there's no way that 4 people can even fit in the car. That's what she was saying. And I was like, what? That don't even make sense because it's a 4-door. And then people were saying, well, it was stuff in the back seat. How you know it's stuff in the back seat? I see maybe in the trunk, but what's your thoughts on that?
The crazy part about it is how they know what was in the bike seat. They wasn't there. Lulu ain't tell them that. They weren't on the scene. They wasn't present. How the hell you know what was in that bike seat?
Yeah, the witness ain't tell them because the witness ain't see all inside the cars. The couple.
Knowing that Lulu done pack everything in the bike of the car.
Right.
So now they pulled up in a 2-seater and only 2 people could fit there.
Because usually Lulu sit in the back seat because of that leg. That's what we saw in that video at that Walla thing.
Usually.
When they was going up, wasn't they going up to the camping then?
And the crazy part about it is, and it's the crazy part about it is, that they ain't even tell them what side of the car or what end or front or bike that Lulu exit out that car. They ain't tell them that. They ain't tell them that at all.
Mm-hmm. People want to know 2011, the time that Dro, I'm not going to say it, he did something. If we can just,
you ain't got to say it. He jumped out the car.
Well, let's not say that. That's what he did.
It's open. It's public records.
Yeah. Okay.
You can say anything that's public records.
Okay.
Like, this is not an allegation. This is public records.
That's
Look
true.
it up for yourself.
That's true.
To make up something is a lie, but when it's public records, it's there.
So can you tell us about...
You can say anything that's public records. Not a case for some reason. Like I had to actually document. But when I try to go get it back, the case is like online is locked. So you would have to go inside Broward County or go inside the courthouse and go get it because online is locked. But I had a copy of the report.
Can you tell us what happened?
He was charged for exiting out the car exiting out the car in traffic. Or something like that. I can't say exactly word for word what it say, but he pleaded guilty to it.
Oh, okay. And this is probably the time he got caught. Possibly he's done this several times before and just didn't get caught.
Yeah, I can't say that. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? It probably have happened. You know what I mean? A lot of men, we feel like, we catch an attitude. But let me out this car. Stop this car. Let me out this car. That's why I tell people, I can't say it was an accident just as much as I can't say it was a crime.
Right.
You know what I mean? But what I can say is that if it was a crime, the perfect thing you would say is that a person jumped out of the car if they have previously done it before. Because how the police look at it becomes an MO. Like anything you have done before, a person can say you did it, and the police might run with it because you have previously did it. Don't mean it's the truth, but they like to profile people based on their MO.
Yeah.
They're like if I got domestic violence charges in, a person say a domestic violence situation happened, police run my record and see that you got prior offenses for it, they gonna take it as that because they gonna consider that's your MO. Yeah, you did it before the past. You know what I mean? You did it. They ain't lying. That's how people do.
Yeah, that's how the world works.
You might be telling the truth that you didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
But they profile you based on your past.
That's how the world
Not about
works.
what you're saying now. When it comes to black people and black men, like they profile us based on our past, not by the person that we done changed or grew into. Yeah. They judge it by our past.
And about how people are on social media.
Yeah.
What they see, of course. Dr. Umar was just talking about that.
Yeah, and not knowing that people could be cutting up on Facebook, but be a whole vibe in real life. You know what I mean? Like
they
Facebook
don't care about none of that.
They don't care about all that. In reality, when Facebook is a playground, like people put their whole real life on there.
That's crazy.
Not knowing that is the most foolish mistake you could ever do.
That's some crazy shit.
You know what I mean? Like, Facebook is a playground. It will eat you up and swallow you out and spit you out. If you're not built for that mentally, it will destroy you.
And also, I think that a lot of people don't know that black men deal with depression, they say 4 times more than black women.
Yeah, and then that's another thing. Mental health is real. And it's crazy because I used to push that on my lives and nobody really understood why. Because men hold up this persona that they can't be broken, like they don't go through it, or the world is not on their shoulders. It is. Like, men suffer from mental health and they do some of the most craziest things to get rid of it. Instead of facing it and talking about it, they told on their shoulders.
But they were told not to talk about it.
Well, I don't know who told them not to talk
their
about
parents. It. You don't cry, nigga. You hold that shit in.
Well,
you don't. We don't want to hear that shit. Man up and do it, nigga.
Their parents is wrong for that, because what you're doing is creating a mental health patient. You're creating a patient that don't know how to control their emotions. And that be the reason, that be the leading cause to domestic violence, is when a parent don't teach their child discipline when they're a child. Teach them how to control their emotions, so when they get older, they do things that's random or out of the blue because they're angry or frustrated, and they were never taught to control it.
That's
or they
right.
never received any punishment for their actions. So when they got older, they thought it was cool. It was good to do this. I'm not going to get in trouble for doing this. I've been doing this and my parents ain't say nothing. So how the hell you going to say something? Correct your child when they're a child, so when they get older, they know how to control their emotions.
And it would save them. It would save their life.
Of course it would save them, because sometimes they kill themselves.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They take themselves to heaven. You know, Polo, on YouTube, they got different rules. So they don't like you to say that. So just say go to heaven.
Sometimes they unalive themselves.
Take themselves to heaven.
They take themselves to heaven because,
yeah, let's say that. That sounds nice.
We have seen so many men take themselves to heaven. They look like everything good, and they really be going through, and they really be crying out. And people just think it as it's one thing. They really crying out for help. No matter how much it look good, and no matter how much money they got, sometimes they cry for help. God bless his soul, Lil Papa. I would have never thought that would happen with Lil Papa. Or whatsoever, because he was.
You talking about that rapper?
Yeah, everything going good. He got a baby by Rick Ross' daughter. You know what I mean? I would have thought everything was going good.
A lot of people go through that, Polo. A lot of people go, and y'all would never know. And y'all, it be y'all closest people. You would never know. A lot of people keep a lot of stuff inside. You don't know what people are going through.
I would never thought, based on his music, based on how he talked, that he would pull a gun and take it.
Oh, go to heaven. Go to heaven. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Go to heaven.
He would go to heaven. I would have never thought that.
Yeah.
But it happened.
It happens more than you guys think. And sometimes they don't take their stuff. They do other things, or overdose on other things to cope.
Yep. And you would think that, and guess what? And guess what, Gigi? A lot of his homeboys would have sat right there. Oh, I know my dog ain't take himself to heaven.
They don't know their dog.
Like that. But the whole crazy part about it is your dog was crying out for help, but you were too blinded by what your dog can do. And what he could do for you, and what he giving you. Look at Kodak. He crying out for help, but guess what? Nobody gonna do? Tell Kodak he wrong.
Yeah.
But when he take himself to heaven.
Oh yeah, take himself to heaven.
But when he take himself to heaven, they gonna be like, "Oh man, Kodak been crying out for help." But
what about Ray J too now? What about Ray J? I think he got to go.
That's why I try to tell black men that, bro, there's nothing wrong with crying. If somebody says something wrong with crying, then you need to remove them from your friend circle. If they say a man wrong for expressing his feelings and expressing his hurt, well, guess what? Remove the people from your circle. What happened with Lulu in the situation is that Dro was crying out for help. He felt like he was being neglected from his own people that claimed they loved him, people that cared about him. Motivation for Joe was his cry.
Yeah.
That was his cry that he would feel like he was betrayed by the same people who cared about him. Listen to his cry. Listen to his mourning. Listen to all his pain. When he talk about people around him.
When his friends saw that, Natasha saw that, they didn't pick up the phone and say, hey, I'm about to pick you up to take you to IHOP.
When he lost his brother, he had nobody. He said nobody reached out to him. They were his words.
Not Natasha? Not his father?
He said nobody. He said nobody reached out to him. That was his words. So, but guess what? When somebody came in his life, they made him feel whole or made him feel comfortable and appreciated. That was Lulu. Lulu made him feel appreciated. No matter what the intent was or intentions was, he felt like when nobody else had his bite, she did. And sometimes a woman could come in your life, and it might be for ill intentions, but all she gotta do is make you feel appreciated, and everybody else feel like you being, everybody else neglect you. And that's why a lot of people leave home because they feel neglected, so they run to the streets.
That's right.
Daughters feel like they're not being loved by their mother, so they run to a man that feel that void.
Yeah.
And that man might take her up through there, and might run her through the mud. But you can't fault the man. You gotta fault the parent, because when she cried for help, they neglected her.
Yeah. Your house supposed to be like a home.
Yeah, the son run to the streets because the father not there, so we look for love in the streets. So when he turned out bad in the village, you can't fault nobody but the household, because when the child was crying, they didn't take the time to listen to the child. So the child went out there looking for love. And sometimes looking for love, you find yourself in the wrong place.
All the time.
You know what I mean? So people got to hold accountability. Like, as a whole, as a race, we got to do better as a whole. Because when our kids be crying, even my kids, they cry out, sometimes we got to listen. Sometimes we got to stop what we doing and pay attention. Sometimes all they really want is love. Real, genuine love. So whoever could fill that void, that's who get the world. That's who get everything. The person who could fill that void. Regardless how anybody feel, how anybody think. If that woman came in his life and filled all the voids that were missing, guess what? Everything he owned gonna be left to her.
You know what? Since you talk about that, you know what? I have a cousin, Polo. He's older. And, you know, I ain't gonna put his business out, but it got some shit. He ain't watching me. But it got something to do with, you know, cancer. And I was talking to my relatives because he has a girlfriend. And I was like, so is he gonna leave anything to his kids? Child, when I tell you, they just act like I didn't even say that. I had to say it 50 times. So he not gonna leave nothing to his kids. Because he's real close to his girlfriend. So, you know, our family like, nah, it's gonna be left to the mama. But pretty much the energy is fuck them kids, even though they are his kids. But every parent don't be leaving shit to their kids. And I don't think that people realize that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You know what I mean? But, you know, if we're gonna be all the way truthful, like, she even the baby mama had drove on child support at one point. They didn't talk about that, but they also talk about how she drove from his own kids. If you ever went back on the back of her page, well, she deleted a lot now, but if you went back on her page, then she said a lot of crazy things. That's the thing about people like you. Like, one thing about those timestamps, people say things, then forget about it 2-3 years later, then something tragically happened. But remember everything you said 2-3 years ago? Remember all the things you were doing to that person 2-3 years ago? Like, we know why you really hate Lulu, because in reality, she took Joe from you. Or Joe moved on and Joe started messing with her after he started dealing with you. Like, it's a lot of reasons why people feel some type of way toward Lulu. Like Lulu came in the picture and a lot of attention other people was getting stopped.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, like, when you get a girlfriend, bro, all that hanging with homeboys, hanging with family, all that stuff supposed to end. My attention supposed to be on my relationship. So, I mean, that's just what it is. And some people going to feel some type of way because you got homeboys that think that a person supposed to still be with them 24/7 when they got a girlfriend. It don't work like that. It don't. And everything that you probably was getting when he was single or when they wasn't locked in like they was, that might stop too. Because at the end of the day, his main focus is supposed to be his relationship. His main priority is supposed to be, outside his kids, it's supposed to be his woman. I mean, like, people got to be real with this situation. Like,
well, it depends on your religion. Because in the religion I was growing up with, that's wife. You know, your wife and husband come first. That's in certain religions. So it varies.
Yeah, so outside, like if you idle for your kids' life, right? Outside your girlfriend, your kids come first. That's how you would want it.
Outside.
You know what I mean? Like, outside, like if you just girlfriend, boyfriend, so like a woman, if she dating a man and that's just her man, her kids are still her number one priority.
I think that sounds good, Polo, but I think about it. A lot of situations not set up like that. A lot of situations now is all mixed up.
It is mixed up, know what I mean? Like once you get married or something, know what I mean, then the tables stay changed. But then again, with America, that shit just a piece of paper. Only in America that piece of paper actually means something. And even then, it really don't mean it because that's something made up in America. Like, that's an American piece of paper. That's an American instrument. It's only legal document in America. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at some point, we just gotta stick to the fights. Like, what can you actually prove? What can you actually prove and what you willing to show proof for? You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, when you put so much out in the atmosphere, you gotta show proof for that shit. You got to, bro. Come on, bro. Because if not, bro, you got the world running with narratives with no proof. And that's wrong for the world to do. That's wrong. That's wrong, dog. That's wrong. And see and say that shit right, and that's cool, they wrong. You wrong, bro. You wrong, bro. You can't just be throwing stuff on people and you ain't got no proof, no evidence, no receipt. You gotta have something that collaborate with your story. And for them to put all that stuff out there in the beginning, what have they showed to collaborate with what they saying? Anything?
Well, they not saying nothing now. They letting other people talk for them.
They let it shit. It's too late for damage control. It's too late because the only reason why people actually paying attention is based on the things that y'all said in the beginning. So when you contradict that and prove that what y'all was saying in the beginning is wrong, it make the world look at you different. You know what I mean? The world was only evolved based on the things that you said in the beginning. Like, let's throw this out there. What if y'all never said none of these things? Would people be looking at Lulu like that now? If y'all never put all this stuff out there, would the people have treated the mama like that?
No, I can tell you from me, no, I wouldn't have. Because everything came from Natasha, how she framed it. She framed it in such a way where she wanted that attack campaign.
Okay, so therefore, if the world don't hold her accountable for her actions, then the world is flawed.
The world is flawed. Yes, it is.
The world need to hold accountability and look in the mirror and say, I'm flawed. I'm dead wrong because I held somebody accountable for their actions, but the person who said everything, I'm not holding them accountable for their actions. The world need to look in the mirror. The world need to look in the mirror and stop screaming they want justice.
Yeah, but all she gonna say is, I don't gotta tell y'all shit. I don't got time for this negativity. It ain't nothing but negativity. I'm gonna praise God, and God is this and that, and I don't got time for that. I'm trying to get justice for drought. I'm going through it right now. I don't got time for this right now.
And that's the line. I'm tell you something. And believe it or not, that line is gonna hurt a lot of families to come. They're actually looking for justice. Because people have used that I'm grieving shit and drug it through the mud. Have drug it through the mail, because that's the narrative everybody use now. They grieving. They ain't got to show this and they ain't got to show that. Well, guess what? The Kendrick Johnson family grieving too. But guess what they do? The Drill Situation family grieving too. But guess what they did?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of families grieving. But guess what they did when they brought it to the world? They brought them receipts. The Kendrick Johnson family she brought receipts when there was blood on the wall. And she say, much as they trying to cover it up, I know that's my son's blood. She brought receipts. She ain't just talk. Even to the day, she ain't just talking.
Mm-hmm.
Them people stand on business. When that person got mauled by that dog in Michigan, and the police executed that man like he was Emmett Till. Guess what that lady did? She brought receipts. She showed the world video footage. They ain't just talk. Them people rallied. They put their boots on the ground. They ain't just put shit into the atmosphere. And they back it up with collaborating evidence. And guess what? That's why so many people involved. It wasn't just based off hearsay. It wasn't based off just making the world hate these people. It was based on facts and proof.
Mm-hmm. Well, Polo, I think you just walked them down today. I really enjoyed you, Polo. Hopefully we can talk again. So tomorrow, what does it look like? What will you be talking about tomorrow? And can you let the people know, if they have not known you, who you are and where they can find you?
Well, tomorrow I'm on recess. I think I want to enjoy my day, enjoy my time, or whatsoever. At this point in time, I have painted the picture so vivid that if you don't get the picture, then
you just don't want to see it. You just don't want to see it. You're in denial.
Just don't want to see it, man. And I really be trying my best not to post the pictures. You know what I mean? Of the person bite, the body, or the swelling. I be trying my best, dog. And I be saying to myself, dog, sometimes, bro, in order to get readjusted, bro, people just gotta see it for themselves. They gotta see the truth for what it is. You know what I mean? When people have been fed so many lies, then the only way you can clean up all the lies is posting proof. You know what I mean? And then you let the people decide on what they believe based on facts. Not based on hearsay, based on facts and physical evidence.
It seems like they don't have facts, all they can do is tell you a dramatic story to get you to believe. So, and with that story being to shreds, it's nothing there.
There's absolutely nothing there. Or whatsoever, like I say, like, if people don't know me, like, I'm on Troll, my page, Troll on Facebook. FME Polo, one of my pages too. But I don't use FME Polo right now because it's too easy to get restricted on that account. So I'm on Troll account on Facebook. I do have my own private chambers or whatsoever where we put shit on the floor. We talk about multiple topics, but that's for subscribers only. You know what I mean? If you want to stay on the outside, then, I talk. I speak on the outside too. But I just try to do something different this year. You know what I mean? When you building a base and you building your growing followers, sometimes you gotta build it based on transparency. You know what I mean? When you jump on these identification or advocate for people, man, it's full transparency. And sometimes you gotta get transparency on the people that you fight for. Know what I mean? And that's how you be credible. That's how you don't be biased. When you don't pick sides. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And if you stand for right, then no matter who look bad in the situation, you put that shit on the floor.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Well, Polo, I just want to say thank you. Any last words before we wrap this up?
If a Polo wrong, all they gotta do is just drop the receipts and say, Polo, you lying. Stop lying. He go all the receipts.
There you have it.